Array. Array creates regular patterns of selected objects in either rectangular, meaning rows and columns, or polar, meaning circular arrangements. When compared to previous versions of AutoCAD, the Array option is created as an icon, and it is very easy to use. There are two types of creation of array. Let's see the first one of array, which is rectangular array. Here are the steps to create a rectangular array. Draw a rectangle on the drawing area. Drag the mouse to Menu Browser and select the Modify menu. Here, the Array option appears. This method is similar to previous versions of AutoCAD. In AutoCAD 2009, this method is simplified. Drag the mouse to Modified tab and click the down arrow. Thus, the Array option icon gets displayed. Let us select this icon. The Array dialog box appears. Make sure that the rectangular Array radio button is selected, and then click the Select Objects button. Select a rectangle object to array, and then press Enter to finish selecting. The dialog box appears again. Now, specify the number of rows and/or columns in the Row and Column Offsets box. If you want a single row or a single column, specify 1 in the row and column boxes. And, even though you are making copies of a source object, the number of rows and columns must include the number of copies you want, plus the source object. Row Offset. Select the Row Offset button and select 2 points in Y-axis direction, which indicates the distance between the two rows. Column Offset. Select the Column Offset button and select 2 points in X-axis direction, which indicates the distance between the two columns. Or you can specify the value for row and column offset in the respected boxes instead of picking the points on the drawing area. Angle. This indicates the rows and columns to be tilted to some angles. After specifying the value, click Preview. The main Array dialog box disappears and AutoCAD previews the results of your settings together. Let's select to modify the settings. The Array dialog box appears. Specify the angle as 20 in Angular box. Now, click the Preview and select Accept to finish the command. Let's see the second option in Array command, which is Polar Array option. It changes the look of the Array dialog box. Draw a rectangle with perfect dimensions on the drawing area. Draw a circle next to the rectangle on the drawing area, and there should be some specified distance between the rectangle and circle. Type AR on the command line and press Enter to start the Array command. Now, the Array dialog box appears. Select Polar button and select a Center Point button to specify a center point of Polar Array. The drawing area appears where you can select the center point. Select the object to rotate around the center point. And specify the number of items to be filled and the total angle. For example, type the number of items as 6 and the total angle as 360. Thus, the angle between each entity is 60 degrees. Select a preview and select Modify option to make a change. In Rotate Items as Copied, remove the tick mark. It allows you to place an object without rotation about a base point rotated. Now select the Preview button. The main Array dialog box disappears again, and AutoCAD previews the results of your settings together. Click Accept to finish the command. Multi-leader. Leader is a line created with arrowheads to specify some text or make notification about an object. Multi-leader is an enhanced feature tool to create a leader. The shortcut key used to type on the command line is M-leader. Let's see how to create a multi-leader. Create a sketch on the drawing area. Go to Dimension panel. Now click on the Multi-leader tab and select Multi-leader command. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Select the arrowhead point on the drawing area. After specifying the point, the command line asks you to specify the leader landing location. Specify the landing location on the drawing area. Now, the multi-line panel with text formatting tab appears on the panel. It contains all the options to make the text to format according to the user. These options in a text formatting tab all are similar to MS Word text bar. Type the text, for example, the surface finish of a component is 0.02 tolerances. Select Close Text Editor button on the panel. Thus, we've finished the multi-leader command. But in this command, there are many sub-options. Now we are going to discuss the sub-options one by one. Landing location first. This option is used to specify the leader line end location at first, instead of specifying the arrowhead of leader line first. Let us see how to use this option. Create a circle on the drawing area using Circle command. Now, go to Dimension tab and select Multi-Leader command from the Multi-Leader tab. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Let's use the landing location first. Type L on the command line and press Enter. Now specify the point on the drawing area. The command line asks you to specify the leader arrowhead location point. Specify the arrowhead location. The text formatting bar appears. Type the text. For example, the cylindrical tolerance is 0.005. Finally, select OK to finish the command. The leader line is now created using Landing Location sub-option. The next sub-option is Content First. Content First. This sub-option is used to type the text first using Text Formatting bar. Go to Dimension tab and select Multi-Leader command from the Multi-Leader tab. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Type C on the command line and press Enter to use the Content First sub-option. The command line asks you to specify the first corner of text, so select the first point on the drawing area. Now, the command line asks you to specify the opposite corner. Select another corner point on the drawing area. Text formatting bar appears. So, type the text. For example, type, the depth of an object is 20. Select OK on the text formatting bar. Now the command line asks you to specify leader arrowhead location. Select the point on the drawing area. The multi-leader is now created using Content First option. The next sub-option is Option. It contains many other sub-options. They are Leader Type, Leader Landing, Content Type, Max Points, First Angle, Second Angle, Exit options. Now we are going to discuss these sub-options one by one in detail. Leader Type. It is used to change the type of a leader line at the endpoint of a multi-leader. Go to Dimension tab and select Multi-Leader command from the Multi-Leader tab. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Type 0 on the command line and press Enter. Now type L on the command line to use the leader type option and press Enter. Select any option like Straight, Spline and None. Straight option displays the leader line as a straight line. Spline option displays the leader line as a curved line. None option doesn't display any leader line at all. Let us use the Spline option. For this, type P on the command line and press Enter. Again, type X on the command line to exit from the option. Now create the leader by specifying a point on the drawing area. Type the text on the command line and select OK to finish the command. Now you can see the leader as a spline form. Let's see the next option as Leader Landing. It is used to create a multi-leader without the straight line before the text. Go to Dimension tab and select Multi-Leader command from the Multi-Leader tab. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Type O on the command line and press Enter. Now type A to use leader landing and press Enter. The command line asks you to specify yes or no. Type N to select no option and press Enter. Now type X on the command line and press Enter to exit from the option. Create the leader by specifying a point on the drawing area. Now, type the text on the command line and select OK to finish the command. You can see the leader without the straight line before the text. Now the next option is Content Type. Go to Dimension tab and select Multi-Leader command from the Multi-Leader tab. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Type O on the command line and press Enter. Now type C on the command line and press Enter to use Content Type option. The command line asks you to specify block, mtext and none. Block. It adds the object with the multi-leader line which is created using block command. Mtext. It displays the text formatting bar to type the text. None. It does not display the text with the multi-leader line. Let us type N on the command line and press Enter. Now again type X on the command line and press Enter to exit from the option. Specify the point on the drawing area to specify the arrowhead and specify another point for the landing location. Thus the multi-leader line is created without text. The next option is Max Points. It is used to specify many points on the drawing area to expand the length of the multi-leader line. Go to Dimension tab and select Multi-Leader command from the Multi-Leader tab. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Type O on the command line and press Enter. Now type M on the command line and press Enter to select Max Points. The command line asks you to enter the maximum points for leader line. For example, type the value as 3 and press Enter. Now type X on the command line and press Enter to exit from the option. Now specify the 3 points on the drawing area to create the multi-leader line. Type the text on the drawing area. For example, type the net weight of part is 20 kilograms. After typing the text, select the OK button. Thus, the multi-leader line has been created. The next option is First Angle. Go to Dimension tab and select Multi-Leader command from the Multi-Leader tab. The command line asks you to specify a leader arrowhead location. Type O on the command line and press Enter. Now type F on the command line and press Enter. The command line asks you to specify the first angle constraint. For example, type the value 30 and press Enter. Type X on the command line and press Enter. Now specify the first point. Note that the second point is specified with an angle of 30 degrees from the first point. Specify the second point and type the text on the command line. For example, type the density of a component is 7,500. Now select OK to create a multi-leader line and to exit from the command. Note that the second angle is also similar to the first angle, but the angle is specified for the second point of the leader line. Exit options are used to exit from the option. Thus the multi-leader command gets finished.